Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Aries, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking in each other's direction and are moving forward. Also, keep in mind that time is fluid. So this could either currently be happening or maybe happening at a later date. And also, too, the roles could be reversed. So just keep that in mind, too. But with all of that being said, let's get started, Aries. How does Aries currently view this relationship? All right, let's see what's going on. So we do have the Star. We do have the Six of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Cups. Ooh, okay. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. I think that you're starting to kind of realize, Aries, that this person that you've been dealing with may not be the one after all. I feel like once upon a time, you did perceive this person to be the one. But it kind of looks like that's changing. As far as your perception of them is concerned. That's definitely changing here. Yeah, it's like you go from looking at them like, oh my God, like this is the one for me, to then like realizing like later on down the line, like, oh, actually, I don't think that this person's the one for me like I thought they were. As you're realizing, Aries, that this person's just simply not the one for you like you thought you were, how do I explain this energy that you're in? It's like now that you know this truth, right? That, okay, like this person's not the one for you like you thought they were. You don't know what to do. Like you don't know how to get yourself out of this is kind of what I'm gathering. It's like now that you know, like, okay, this person's not the one for me. Now what do I do? Like it has that type of feel to it. It's like, now what do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do now? You know? I feel like you do have a lot invested into this person. So this could be somebody that you're married to. You know, this could definitely represent somebody that you have a child and or children with. This could definitely represent somebody that you share a home with. Like, I feel like you have a lot invested into this person. You do. You definitely do have a lot invested into this person. And because you have so much invested into this person, you're just like, okay, now how the hell do I get out of this? How 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 do I get out of this? Okay. How does this person currently view this relationship with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Come here. Okay. So we have the Temperance card. Okay. We have the Temperance card. We do have the Two of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. This person comes off to me, Aries, as somebody who's here to stay. Somebody who's here to stay. Like, yeah, somebody who's here to stay. Like, their perception of you has not changed. You see what I mean? Like, they still look at you like you're their one, is basically what I'm trying to convey to you. They still look at you like you're the one. So, yeah, you know, then there's that. Then there's that. You know, I do... I want to look at the Four of Cups because I just want to kind of see, like, what exactly happened here that caused your perception of this individual to change. I want to see what made you go from, oh my God, this is like this is the man of my dreams. This is the woman of my dreams. I just know it. You know, I could just feel it in every bone in my body. You know what I mean? To like, oh my God, I was wrong. I want to see like what happened. Because as far as this one over here is concerned, I mean, again, this person, they're here and they're here to stay. And You know, as far as this one's concerned, you're the one that they want to grow old with. So let's see what's going on. We're going to clarify the Four of Cups using a different tarot deck that has the cards in the upright as well as in the reverse. I feel like you have a child and or children with this person because I just saw the Empress. You could have a child and or children with them. It's a possibility, but this person, they've changed. They've changed. They've changed. Like, this person isn't the same person you basically fell in love with. They're not the same person that you fell in love with. They don't do the things that they used to do. And I feel like that's kind of what started to kind of cause you, you know, a lot of unhappiness. And that's kind of what caused you to just look at them differently. So they got comfortable, basically, is what happened. Because that's kind of what I'm getting, that they got comfortable. Like, yeah, they just got comfortable, Aries. They got comfortable. They got comfortable. I feel like you like, for the most part, remain the same, is what I'm gathering. Like, you remain the same. Like, you remain the same woman they fell in love with, or man that they fell in love with. Like, I am definitely getting that you remain the same. But I feel like once this person started to change, and they stopped doing the things that, you know, they used to do, it kind of like influenced you to turn around and do the exact same thing. Like, oh, well, you know, if you're not going to take me out on dates, then I just don't understand why I have to keep doing this and this and this and this and this and this for you. It's like you slowly started to, like, retract, I would say, your energy from them and your relationship with them. It's like you slowly but surely stopped doing things for this person. But this was just you reciprocating that same old energy back to them in return. Like, well, if they're not going to do this for me, then I'm not going to do that for them. Like, if they're not going to go out of their way to, like, buy me freaking, I don't know, flowers, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy them, you know, something that I know that they really, really like or really, really want, you know? Like, you were just reciprocating that same old energy back to them in return. And you've officially hit this point, you know, as far as being the Empress in the reverse, you've officially hit this point of, I don't want to give to this situation anymore. I don't even want to give to this person anymore in any way, shape, and or form. It's like you don't want to give to them in any way, shape, and or form. A little FYI, it is a little FYI, just make sure that there's no kids around and stuff like that. I gotta be careful with YouTube now that I think about it. I think you're gonna know exactly what I'm referring to without having to actually say it. But I do believe that there was a point in time where you used to initiate, you know, things with them, if you know what I mean. And it does appear to me that you've completely stopped trying to, like, initiate, you know, things with them. You've completely stopped doing that. And it's not because this person, like, stopped initiating things with you, because I am definitely getting that they still do, like, you know, try, if you know what I mean, to, like, spend time with you in that way, if you know what I mean. So I don't feel like that's anything that's changed. Well, it may make sense. This person harnesses masculine energies. Well, that makes sense. But I am getting that this person still does try to, like, you know, spend time with you in that way, but I feel like, given everything else that has happened here, like all the other ways, I guess, this individual has changed, it's just turned you off. It's just turned you off completely. I can't emphasize this enough. You don't want to pour anything into them. Or this, like, not even that, if you know what I mean. You know, like, you don't even want to do that at this point. Okay. let's keep going. How does Aries currently feel? Okay, so you're like, yeah, you're like, you've definitely bind yourself to this one here. You're deeply invested. Um, and it's like you're trying to figure out, like, how do I undo this? And how do I undo that? And how do I undo this? And how do I undo that? Like, it's like you're trying to figure out it's like you're trying to figure out a way to undo every little thing, you know? Every like major life decision that you've done, you know, with them. It's like you're trying to figure out, how do I undo this? And how do I undo that? It's like you're so like, ¿cómo te digo? Like you're so intertwined with this one over here. Well, I mean, you could have like I said, you could have a child and or children with this person. You could even be married to them. You could share a home with them. I just feel like you have a lot invested into this person. And as far as like undoing everything is concerned, it just seems stressful. It just seems stressful. It seems stressful. It's like you're thinking of everything. Like, okay, if I leave, you know, if I leave, you know, like, because you're also taking other people into consideration is kind of what I'm gathering. You're taking other people into consideration. So if you do have a child and or children with this person, it's like you're taking into consideration, like, how is that child going to feel about this separation and or divorce? Like, are they going to take it well? Are they not going to take it well? You know, as far as like, you know, you being married to this individual is concerned, because that's definitely a possibility for some of you out there, you know, like, how is that going to go down? You know what I mean? Maybe you've never been divorced before in your life, or you've never gone through like a whole divorce proceeding. Like, how much is that going to cost? Like, how is that going to play out? And then, you know, for those of you who share a home with this person, like, do you got to be the one to go, or do they got to be the one to go? Like, there's just a lot of things that go into like you exiting this. It's not even funny. Like, there's just so many factors at play. It's not as simple as, okay, I'm gonna pack a bag and leave, see you later. Not really. It is not that simple. It is so not that simple. There's a lot of like factors that go into like your marriage with them or your relationship with them that you have to kind of like take into consideration. What actions? Okay. What actions? Huh. For whatever odd reason, I do want to look at this. I do want to look at this person that you're dealing with. For whatever odd reason, I want to look a little bit more into them. You know, it's fascinating. You know what's fascinating is that I feel like this person knows that you're not happy. I feel like this person knows that you're not happy. I feel like they could just freaking tell, you know what I mean, that you're not happy. But they're not too worried about it, because like in their head, they're just like, yeah, like I know, like, you know, Aries gets pissed off at me from time to time, and they get on my ass about this and they get on my ass about that. And I know that there's times where they just can't even fucking stand to even be around me. Like, I know, but they still here. You know what I mean? Like, that's really all that matters to this person, is that as long as you still here in the vicinity, that's all that really matters to them. So what? You like, that's how they look at it. Like, so what? Aries is pissed off. So what? They still here? So what if Aries can't stand me? They still here? I need to look into this person, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna call it out right now. I could literally be wrong about this. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that this is what they did. I'm not saying that this is what they did. This is just what I suspect, okay? I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I feel like the reason why this person is not really worried and concerned about how unhappy you are, um, has a lot to do with the fact that they know that you're not going anywhere, but they made sure to do something on their end to make sure that you ain't freaking going nowhere. I don't know what they did on their end to make sure that you ain't going nowhere, but they did something on their end to make sure you don't ever get up and leave them. We're gonna continue this, but let me put my phone on a charger before it dies on me. One second. Okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. Let's just look at the Magician. No. Let's look at the Seven of Swords. Not the Seven of Swords. Let's look at this King of Pentacles. I'm just like, I don't know, something's up. Like, I'm getting this weird vibe coming from this person. I'm just like, something, sun ain't right with this one over here. And then look, we got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can represent sneaky behavior. The Seven of Swords can represent, deception. But let's just look into this person. Tell you more about the King of Pentacles. Once upon a time, not entirely sure when this ever happened between the two. Yeah. See, I knew something was fucking up, okay? I knew something was up. I knew something was up, okay? I feel like that's like a red bird on the fence. Anyways, whatever. I get distracted. Okay. Let me stop looking at the damn bird. Anyways, God, what was I gonna say? Oh, so it appears to me that there was a point in time, Aries, where this person felt like they didn't really have like a grip on you, to the point where they felt like they could lose you at any given moment. And that's something that was extremely unsettling. It was extremely unsettling, honey, for this one over here. It was extremely unsettling knowing that they could lose you, at any given moment. You could just get up and walk out of their life at any given moment. And that was very unsettling for them. It caused them to feel not so safe and secure within their relationship with you. But now they feel very safe and very secure. They feel very safe and very secure with you now. They convinced you into something. This person convinced you into something. They convinced you into something. Like, I just keep getting like, I think we should do this, Aries, or I think it would be a good idea if we do that, like, or what do you think? Like, you think we should do this? You think we should do that? Like, they convinced you into something. And whatever it is that they convinced you into is what brought them that sense of safety and security that they didn't have prior. So basically what could have happened, not saying that this is what happened, you would obviously know if this happened or not, but it kind of looks like what could have happened here is that they did lose you at some point, right? They did lose you at some point. You guys broke up. For whatever reason, y'all broke up, okay? And they ended up losing you. And it kind of looks like they found a way to essentially get you back. This is an individual that knows what it's like to be without you. And it wasn't a pleasant experience for this individual by any means. It just simply wasn't pleasant whatsoever. And, once this person was able to essentially get you back, they just wanted to make sure that they were able to like really sink their teeth in you. So that way you can't just get up and go and leave them like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if this person convinced you into like starting a family with them, or they convinced you, in getting like a house with them, or, married to them. I feel like they convinced you of something. They convinced you of something. They convinced you of something and you're just like, yeah, you know, actually, you know, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like, maybe we should get married. Or, you know what, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Maybe we should start a family. And you know what, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like, maybe we should get a place together. Like, whatever it is that they were trying to convince you of, it was stemming from a place of them wanting to trap you, is basically what it is. Now, I'm just going to say it. Do I think that this person loves you? Absolutely. Do I think this person's all in when it comes down to you? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to take that away from them. They love you. They definitely love you, and they definitely don't ever want to be without you. As far as like them going as far as to trap you is concerned, personally, I think that that's pretty messed up on their behalf, because I feel like initially at the time when this person was telling me like, hey, I think it's a good idea that like we get a house. Like, what do you think? What do you think we get a house together? Or what do you think about us getting married? Like, what do you think about that? Or even starting a family, what do you think about that? You know, and I feel like at the time you're just like, yeah, I think we should do that. Like, yeah, it seems like a good idea. Like, yeah, I don't think at the time you thought that this one over here was trying to trap you. But that's exactly what occurred here. That's exactly what happened here. I just don't think that at the time you thought that that's what they were, you know, doing. Yeah, I don't think that at the time you thought that that's what they were doing, but that's exactly what they were basically doing. And now you're stuck. Because here you are like, okay, how do I undo this? And how do I undo that? And how do I undo this? And how do I undo that? It's like they wanted to make sure you were so deeply invested into this one over here. Okay, you just can't get up and go anymore. Like before. You can't get up and go anymore. You can't. It ain't that simple. And they know that. They know that if in the event you ever decide you don't want to do this no more, they knew that it was going to be a challenge for you to just get up and go, or possibly even remotely impossible to just get up and go. You know, like this is somebody who's far from stupid. You know what I mean? They're far from stupid. They're very, very intelligent. I can never say this word correctly. I need to practice it a little bit more. It's just because I'm Puerto Rican and my words in English, sometimes it doesn't come out the way that I want it to. But this person does kind of come off to me as somebody who doesn't mind manipulating people. Yeah, this person comes off to me as somebody who doesn't really mind manipulating people. Like, if that's what it takes to get what they want and they have to manipulate people along the way, then to them it's like, so be it. As long as I get what I want out of this deal, fuck it, so be it. If I got to manipulate a few people along the way to get what I want, it is what it is. And I feel like that's kind of what they did with you. You know, they manipulated you into whatever the hell they manipulated you into. You thought it was a good idea, because I am getting that you thought it was a good idea so far, so much to the point where you went with it, not thinking that this one over here was trying to like trap you or anything like that. You went with it, you know what I mean? Because why not? You know, well, why not start a family with them? You love them, right? Why not do this, that, and the third with them? You love them. You want to be with them. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of like why you're going through this right here. Right here. I feel like that's kind of why you're going through what you're going through. Because the moment that this person was able to trap you, however it is that they were able to trap you, they didn't feel like they had to like do all this extra stuff to keep you around. You ain't going nowhere. We married now. We got a kid now. We got children now. We got a house now. You ain't going nowhere. Let's look at the Magician, shall we? Tell me more about the Magician. Tell me more about the Magician. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. King of Swords in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse is, you know, again, sometimes the word comes out right and sometimes it doesn't. I hate having to say this word, to be honest. But I'm just gonna have to freaking say it again because the King of Swords came out in the reverse. I thought I was done with the Magician, but I guess not. Then again, we are clarifying the Magician, duh. King of Swords in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's very big on manipulating people. I think I said that right. Very, very big on manipulating people. They're also very, very big on like playing like little head games. Okay. They're also very, very big on that. Very, very big on that. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse, you know, basically represents, you know, that it's somebody who's very big on telling people whatever it is that they think people want to essentially hear. Anybody who harnesses Page of Cups energy in the reverse is somebody who has a very difficult time following through on their commitments. So this person could have made many promises to you. I promise I'm not going to do this ever again, Aries. I promise I'm never going to do that ever again, Aries. And I promise I'm not going to do this. And I promise I'm not going to do that. But it kind of looks like they couldn't follow through on absolutely anything. With the Ten of Pentacles. With the Ten of Pentacles coming out here in the reverse. With the Ten of Pentacles coming out here in the reverse, this person knows that their way of being towards you, and I almost want to say at times because I don't feel like they're like this with you all the time, but this person knows that you know, when they are this way with you at times, it definitely does affect you in a very, very negative way to the point where it affects you in other areas of your life. Let's just say, for perfect example, this person makes a promise to you that they're never going to do X, Y, and Z ever again. They turn around and do X, Y, and Z again, and you turn around and you end up fucking finding out about it. You know what I mean? To the point where now it's ruining your whole entire day. It's ruining your whole entire day. They absolutely love that. Because it causes them to essentially feel like they're in control. So depending on how they treat you and depending on how they are with you will determine the type of day that you essentially have. And they love having that type of power over you, by the way. I know, it's very evil and twisted, but I am definitely getting that. But see, that's my thing, right? Is that before, this one over here didn't fucking feel comfortable to be this way with you. They didn't feel fucking comfortable to be this way with you. They didn't feel comfortable, right? To cause all types of hell and high water all up in your life. They didn't feel comfortable to do that. Because, again, this is before they were able to sink their teeth in you, okay? So before they were able to sink their teeth in you, oh, they were like the good guy. They were like the good girl. They're perfect. You know, hence why you're just like, oh my God, this person, like they're just like the one. I just know it, right? But it's like, when they were able to sink their teeth in you and trap you, that's when this shit came out. This other side to them that you didn't even know freaking existed. And the reason why is because now they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable to talk to you however which way they want, treat you however which way they want, not follow through on their commitments because, you know, what are you going to do? Get mad? You know what I mean? Like, that's how they look at this, by the way. Like, psh, I don't got to keep my promises. I mean, come on. They're not going anywhere. It's very twisted and evil. Very, very twisted and very, very evil. Oh, my jeez. Oh, my word. Okay, let's keep going. Let's not dwell. Let's just keep this pushing, okay? Hold on, why am I getting so distracted? I feel like my OCD is starting to kind of kick in. My ADHD is starting to kick in. I'm like, what in the world's going on? Just a moment ago, I couldn't take my eyes off of that red bird on the fence. Like, what is going on? What actions? A lot of you moving forward, you're going to start doing what's best for you. You're going to start doing what's best for you, but there's something about you doing what's best for you in silence. in silence. What does that mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're what does this mean? I want to look at the High Priestess to get a rough idea of what you're, I guess, planning on doing moving forward. Because I mean, I hate to blow your spot up. It's obviously something you don't want this person to the right of me to even know about, but let's just talk, right? It's like I'm kind of getting like the Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles with you. It's like you're secretly like working on something. It could be that you're secretly working on like your exit plan. That's definitely a possibility. But it's interesting because as you're secretly working on like this exit plan of yours, Aries, I see you like, how do I explain what you're doing here? Like okay. It's like with them at least, you know, I see you continuing to be who you are, right? Like, let's just say that, like, I don't know, like, you typically cook dinner for this person every day. Well, I don't see that really changing. Like, you know, like I just kind of feel like you're just gonna continue to play a particular role in this marriage and a relationship while you secretly like work on whatever it is that you're trying to work on the side. You know what I mean? Which to me feels like your escape plan. So as you're trying to figure out your escape plan, you're gonna continue, you know, to obviously be with this person. And I keep getting like play, you know, your role, right? Whatever that may be. So that way they don't suspect anything. Okay. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Interesting. Okay, let's do this. We got the Six of Wands. We have the Death card in the reverse. We got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse to the Seven of Pentacles. And you're undoing everything. You're trying to like figure out a way to undo everything. How do I get out of this marriage? How do I get out of this contract? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's like you're working on undoing everything. For those of you who are married to this person, yeah, for those of you who are married to this person, you could very well be meeting with a divorce lawyer, just so that way you have like a rough idea, right, of what to anticipate and or expect, because I am definitely getting that for the vast majority of you, this more than likely will be your first divorce, so you don't really know what to anticipate and or expect, or how much it's going to cost, and you know, things of that nature. So I do see you definitely meeting up with like a divorce lawyer. For those of you who plan on leaving this person, like, you know, the home that you share with this person, you could very well be secretly looking for another place to essentially live. I also see you feeling the need to essentially get your financial like situation in order. So a lot of you are going to find yourself, you know, putting money to the side, you know, things of that nature. For those of you who are married to this person, you're going to start to make a lot of excuses when it comes down to like money is kind of what I'm gathering. Like this person might question you about money. Like where like, I just kind of noticed that like you've been, I don't know, like withdrawing a lot of money. Like what are you spending that money on? Oh, that, you know, it's just, my mom needed, you know, to borrow some money, and that's just what it was. Like, because I see you making excuses, like, about, like, money, something about money, you're making excuses like, oh, it's, my mom, called me, kind of short on her light bill. So, I figured, I help her out, it's not a big deal, you're just planning, your escape plan. What actions? We have the Lovers, we have the Tower, and then we also have the Page of Wands. Okay. In regards to how this person plans on moving forward, you're doing something that you typically don't do, and it's raising a massive red flag for this person. Let's look a little bit more into that, shall we? It kind of looks like you're kind of slipping up somehow then. Because this whole like wanting to kind of like move in silence and undetected, it's not working. It's not working because you're definitely slipping up somehow, some way. It's kind of what I'm getting. Because you're doing something that's like raising a massive red flag for them. So I guess let's look into what it is that you're doing. Tell me more about the Tower. Tell me more about the Tower. Okay. Tell me more about the Tower. Okay. Tell me more about the Tower. Okay. Aries. Okay. What's causing this person to kind of like suspect that something's up? Well, it's very simple. The things that you used to, I guess, get mad at this person about, you're not getting mad at this person over. I mean, let me fucking say that all over again. The things that you used to like, get mad at them over, I don't see you getting mad anymore at them for like certain things that they do. Because I'm getting that there was something that this person would typically do that would like really piss you off and upset you and like rub you the wrong way. And it kind of looks like you're not, it just kind of looks like you're no longer like getting on their case about X, Y, and Z anymore. It just kind of looks like you used to get on their case about something, but you're not getting on their case about whatever this something is anymore. And they're just like, that's fucking weird. Like, they always get mad when I do this. Why aren't they fucking getting mad? Why aren't they getting mad? This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. There's something specifically about your gender that causes them to feel like, nah, like this really ain't good, because when this particular gender stops nagging and complaining and arguing, then that means something's up. You know what I mean? There's something about your gender. There's something about your gender, like, because I keep getting that. It's like when a woman, stops doing X, Y, and Z, that means something's up. Or when a man stops doing X, Y, and Z, that means something's up. Again, I don't, really know your gender. We do know that you lean far more towards your feminine side, but there's men that lean towards their feminine side all the time. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a female. You could be a dude, or you could definitely be a female. That's definitely a possibility. You could be a female, but yeah, there's just something about your gender. Like when this particular gender stops doing this and this and this and this and this and this, and that means, that something's up. That means that they don't care anymore. That's fine, but this is kind of sad. They're doing things that they know are going to piss you off, and they do it anyways. Like, that's kind of what stood out to me. But what really stood out to them is, well, they always get mad when I do this. Why aren't they getting mad? What the fuck is going on? Why are they so cool all of a sudden about this? What the fuck is going on? Like, that's what's capturing their attention the most. Not that the fact that they are knowingly doing something to piss you off. Knowingly. Okay? Knowingly. It's not that that's capturing their attention. It's, why is Aries so cool about this? What's going on? Something ain't right. What the fuck's going on? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, okay? You know, this person wants to go hang out, you know, with their boys or with their girlfriends, whatever. And you typically, you know, would feel some type of way about them doing that. Now you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. You want to go, you know, go. Just leave. Bye. See you later. Not really. Come home late, you know, if you could. And it's just like, no, that's weird. That's weird. They're too cool. You know what? On second thought, I ain't fucking going nowhere. I'm not going to go hang out with my boys anymore. I'm going to stay home because this is fucking weird. I'm not going to go out with my girlfriends. This is kind of weird. This is kind of weird, you know? Or maybe they're doing something else. I don't know. They used to piss you off or something like that. And you would get on their case about. But I think that that's kind of unfortunate as well as very sad that they are knowingly doing something to upset you, but they're turning around and doing it anyways because why not? You know, why not? They don't got to worry about you leaving them, you know, because you guys are married now. You know, you guys have a family now. You guys have a home now together, you know? Hey, why not? You know, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. Because, I mean, it's not like they're going to leave me. Because, you know, they can't. Because, you know, we're married now. We got this now. We got that now. You know, they're not going to leave me. Okay. Let's look at the lovers. And then we'll wrap this up, shall we? So I feel like that's like, you're not really playing. Because remember, like, your whole, like, game plan was, I'm going to play my role. I'm going to keep being the way I've been being with them. And I'm going to secretly work on this on the side so I can get up out of here. You know what I mean? You're not like, as far as whatever it is that you're secretly doing on the side, as far as like your exit plan is concerned, you got that down packed. But it's the whole like you not really playing your role the way that you typically would in this marriage and a relationship. And it has a lot to do with the fact that you're just not that invested emotionally anymore. I mean, that plays a role, but you're not really playing your role. You're not playing the role of the wife that's emotionally invested. You're not playing the role of the husband that's emotionally invested. You're not playing the role of the boyfriend or girlfriend that's emotionally invested. You're not playing that role. And because you're not playing that role, it's causing them to kind of suspect like, something's up. Sun's up, something's up, something's up. Now you're under this person's radar, basically. Not under this person's radar, but I can't even, I still have a little bit of coffee left. I'm gonna let's just keep going. You're on their radar. We have the lovers. Let's clarify that. Okay, we got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. We got the Ten of Wands in the reverse. And then we also have the Knight of Cups. They're going to start questioning you. You know, I just noticed that, like, you don't really get mad when I do this or this or this anymore. Why is that? Why is that, Aries? Why don't you get mad when I do this or when I do that? Because, you know, like, you know, before, it's like you used to tell me that you didn't want me doing this, you didn't want me doing that, and if I do this, if I do that, it's going to upset you. So why are you acting different? They might even go as far as to accuse you of seeing someone else. Now, I don't feel like you got time to see anybody else because there's a lot on your to-do list, okay? There's a lot that you need to, like, obviously undo. So, no, you know, I don't see you connecting with anybody else. They may accuse you of seeing somebody else. But this could also just simply represent, you know, that energy of, I know my Aries very well, okay? I know my Aries like the back of my hand. I know my Aries. They always get upset when I do this, and they're not getting upset. What the hell does that mean? Because when a woman behaves this way, it means this. Or when a man behaves this way, it means that. So something's up, damn it. Something's up, and they're very determined to get down to the bottom of what the hell's going on. Because they're noticing a drastic shift within you. And it's because you're not playing the role of a wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend that's emotionally invested. You're playing the role of the wife and her husband that's not emotionally invested, and it's raising a red flag for them. You're playing the role of the boyfriend and her girlfriend that's not emotionally invested. That's not you playing your role. That's not you playing your role. So, FYI, fair warning that if you do want to go undetected, you have to play the role of the wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend that's emotionally invested. And I think that that's going to be your biggest challenge, because it's hard to care when you don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, it is. It truly is. It's hard. It's hard, especially for you, Aries. Like, you know, it's like when you care, it shows. When you don't give a damn, it shows. You see what I mean? So that is going to be your biggest challenge. If you want to go undetected and you don't want this person to suspect whatever the hell, like, you gotta play your role. You gotta play it, and you gotta play it well. Just saying. That is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.